God's will. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I feel better. I hope you all do. Come on, let's go upstairs and go to bed.
Pray it ain't God's will tonight.
No, you. You know that talk we were having later? We postponed it to right now. Everyone else upstairs to bed. Come on.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night, Sarah.
Good night, Dad, and don't you worry about a thing. I just want you to know, you can count on me.
Thanks, son. You see, now that's a son.
Come, Mother.
We all know who he is, Dad.
Don't sit down too long, Joe. Come to bed as soon as you're through yelling at David.
All right.
Good night, darling. Try not to aggravate your father too late.
Oh, God, David. You want a drink? Go ahead. Have a drink.
I beg your pardon?
No, have a drink. This is a special occasion. You and I were about to have a first meaningful conversation ever. Go ahead.
I can't do it.
Why not?
It's only fun when you don't like it.
David. David, 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 David.
Are you talking to me, Dad?
Yes, I'm talking to you. But who are you? Who are you, David? Because I don't know. I don't know who you are anymore, David. I don't know who you are. Do you know who you are, David? Do you?
Just casually. I've seen me around the house a few times.
That's who you are. You're quick, flippant, quick with a quick answer. You're disrespectful, unambitious. You have no beliefs, no scruples. David, you're a playboy, a gambler, you're a TV watcher, a dropout. You're a lousy guitar player. That's who you are, David. That's who you are.
Oh, gee, Dad, you remembered.
David, the other day I tried to make a list of all the things that make me proud to be your father. And I couldn't even get the lid off my pen, David. David, for example, you know the father-son picnic that we had? I had to go alone. David, do you know why that hurts me so much? It hurts because you're the smartest one in this family, by far. You're the smartest one in anybody's family. I mean, you graduated with 3 degrees and you didn't even show up your senior year. Why do you throw it all away, David? Why do you drink so much?
To overcome this terrible condition I have.
What condition?
Soberness. It's awful. I get it a lot in the mornings. The room stands still. I see everything clearly. I get single vision. And I see the most frightening thing in the house. Money. Money, 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 money.
David, then why do you even bother staying? Why do you stay in this house? Why don't you just pack up your bottles and get out of here?
Well, I've tried on 6 separate occasions. Such a god-awful long driveway, I never can get to the end. Sorry about the God reference.
David, so you resent all this? Is that it? This house, the furniture, the antiques, your mother's jewelry, this mansion, the swimming pool, is that it, David?
Hey, don't forget our own Baskin Robbins in the playhouse.
Oh, David, your sister likes ice cream. Is it a crime to give your family what they want?
Look, I think a man's entitled to whatever he earns in this life. I do, however, think 97 flavors is entirely too many.
David, look, you know, this house could go up in smoke tomorrow. It wouldn't bother me. No, because, you know, I know what hardship is, David. I know what hardship is. There was a day when my socks were so torn apart I could put them on from either end, David. David, it hasn't always been like this. You know, I told you about this before. I grew up in a tenement in New York City. My mother and my father and 11 kids, and me, we all grew up in 1.5 bedrooms. There was a cot and 2 beds. You had to take a number off the wall just to go to sleep, David. It was not a pretty picture. I remember that my father, he worked really hard, but he was just a 5'3" little man, and he was a piano mover, David. That wasn't easy. He had a bad heart, bad kidney, bad lungs. At the age of 37, he died of an acute attack of everything, David. So my mother, she had to go to work. She took 4 separate jobs. I remember she worked 16-hour days, David, every day. And then she would go over to Madison Square Garden and scrub the floors at night. And then on weekends, she would set up a little vending there on 14th and Broadway, and she would sell sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes every weekend. And what she couldn't sell, that was our supper for the rest of the week, David. I even remember on Thanksgiving, she would take a sweet potato and stuff it with a little white potato. She worked so hard, but she never complained. Not once, David. She would always say, the Lord gives and the Lord takes away. For what He has given, be thankful. I can still hear her say that, David. She would go around the house nursing all of us. I remember one time we all had the whooping cough at the same time. 11 kids throwing up simultaneously. She had to nurse us on roller skates, David. She worked so hard, but she never complained. Not even in sickness she didn't complain. She would just say, I guess this must be God's will. So anyway, David, I remember she would go through the alleys on the way home, and she would pick up rags that someone had thrown away and make our clothes with. She would find some curtains that somebody had discarded and make my clothes. David, a 14-year-old boy wearing curtains, you can only imagine. Fairies used to beat me up, David. She worked so hard. So when I was 14 years old, I decided I was going to help. So I went to work for Schreiber. Schreiber and the Schreiber Box Company. He was a rotten man who made a rotten box. He wasn't interested in quality, David. No, he was only interested in a quick profit, a quick turnaround. He made a lousy box, a box that wouldn't hold up in any kind of weather, no, including sunshine. So I continued to work and save my money and work for Schreiber, even though I didn't like it. My mother said, work hard, son, and be thankful for whatever God gives you. So I saved up my money, and my mother saved up hers. And when I was 18 years old, I bought that box company from Schreiber with $6,000. And I decided I was going to be different. I was going to make a quality box. A box that was strong as steel, David. I worked so hard, and the first year, I lost everything. But I didn't stop, because my mother said, son, it must have been God's will. So I began to work, and all of a sudden, out of everywhere, out of nowhere, I was making money. I couldn't find banks quick enough to put my money in. My mother, God rest her soul, she didn't see me make my first million. No, she died one night late taking the bus home from Madison Square Garden. She said to the conductor, if it was God's will, I would have taken the subway tonight. David, there was one thing I learned from her, and that is the supreme authority of God's will. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, David? Do you understand all that? David. David. Oh God, he's asleep. David! David! Why do you do this to me, David? You twist my heart into a pretzel. David, have I done something to make you disown your faith, or have you just lost it? Have you lost your faith, David? Have you?
If you want, I can check my closet in the morning.
Oh, David. David, all this means nothing. I would give it all away in a moment just to hear you say, dear God in heaven, I believe in you.
Look, I'm willing to discuss it with the man. You know his number. Just call him.
Oh, David. David, look, listen to me. A son who doesn't believe is his father's greatest anguish. No, do you know what the good book says? Do you know what it says, David? Do you?
Yes, Dad.
What?
This book belongs to the Sheraton Plaza Hotel.
Good night. God, do you hear me? Is this all too much? Is it all too much, God? Because if it is, I give it all away in a moment. you just give me my son back, Lord. Please, God, one prayer. Just give me back my David. That's all I ask. If it be your will, God. Amen.
Amen.
What? What? No, no. Who said that? Who's that?
Don't worry, it's not who you're thinking.
No, no, no. I can't see you. Stay where you are.
I can't see you either. I lost my glasses. Are the lights on or off?
No. It's you, isn't it? It's you. The one who tried to break into my house. Stay where you are. I can have the police here in 5 minutes.
Certainly it's me. Certainly it's me. Are we inside or outside? I still can't see anything. And you're lucky, because in my neighborhood, it would take them all night long. Can you please turn the lights on? I get very nervous in the dark.
Hey, wherever you are, you stay where you are. Don't try anything funny.
I'm not here to get laughs.
All right, now where are you? What did you do? Wait, no. Where are you? Where are you? Show yourself.
Don't get excited.
Whoa.
Don't get excited. You think the lights would help? And where am I? I'm on the floor.
No, no, no. What do you mean by breaking into my house?
Ooh, gorgeous rug. Wow, this must be hand-woven. Huh? Must cost you a fortune. What is this, Persian?
No, 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 never mind the rug. I asked you a question. Who are you?
Lipton. Sandy Lipton. By the way, are there any phone calls for me?
Yes, I think your wife called.
Sylvia?
How do I know your wife's name?
Dreadful woman. And listen, she checks on me every minute. Look, if she calls again, tell her I'm not here, please. Where am I? Still on the floor?
Look, I think these are yours. Here's your glasses.
Oh, good, you found them. Could you please put them in my hand?
Here.
Is that my hand?
Certainly it's your hand.
Oh, good. That goes to show you how bad to show you how bad my eyes are. Oh, man, let me look at this. Look at this. Oh, man, this is a gorgeous room. Wow, this is just nothing but a gorgeous room. Why, you know what? This must be one of your better showcases. What is this, the living room?
Certainly it's the living room. What does it look like?
How do I know? Have I ever been invited before? Hey, you know what this reminds me of? Gatsby. Did you ever see the classic movie, The Great Gatsby? Gorgeous to look at. A lousy picture, but beautiful sets.
Is that why you broke into my house to discuss movies with me?
Certainly not. I'm here on business. Very, very important business.
Business? What business?
Hey, be patient, be patient. Look around. Look around. Ooh. Oh, but does a person like me get into a big-time show? Oh, a show house like this, huh?
Look, no. If you have business with me, you call and you make an appointment like everyone else. Do you hear?
It's not the kind of business you're thinking of. Besides, I'm not everyone else. Oh, I love that chair. Oh, this is a gorgeous chair. Let me try this out, huh? I'm kind of curious about what you pay. What do you pay for this? $3,000, $3,400? Am I being too pushy?
No. Is that what you are? An antique dealer?
Antiques? No. Antiquity? Perhaps.
What does that mean?
What does anything mean?
No. What does that mean by what does anything mean?
Oh, what is the meaning of meant? What is meant by meaning? What is real? What is unreal? What is here? What is there? Oh, God. Oh, I got a pain in my head. Do you have anything like aspirin, acupuncture? How about some Valium?
No. I can't make you out. You're not a burglar, that much I know for sure.
A burglar? No. An antique dealer? No. Who am I? What am I? Why am I here? That's the question. That's the mystery. Oh, God, I love a good mystery. Did you ever see Chinatown with Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway? They cut his nose. He wore a Band-Aid for 2 hours. Can you believe $3.50 to rent the DVD to see a man with slit noses? Oh, they got the nerve. Why, if I want to see slit noses, I can see them for free on Mount Sinai.
Now listen, if you don't tell me who you are, it's not just your nose that's going to get slit. Do you hear me?
Patience. Be patient. Be patient. Hold on just a minute. You're losing your patience, huh? Mustn't lose patience. Oh, lovely crystal. Man, who picked this out for you? Your wife, Rose?
Wait a minute. How do you know my wife, Rose?
Did I say I knew her?
You mentioned her name.
But to mention her name is not to know her. Ergo, to know is to meet, and to be is not necessary to exist. And ergo, to know is to question, and to question is to ask. Ergo, what is meant by knowing, and what is meant by ergo? I got some. Do you have any? I really need something. Do you have anything?
You're not getting anything from me until I get some answers from you. Now, who are you?
You're not as tall as I expected. That led me to believe you were 6'4", 6'5". Not that it matters. Hey, do you know how tall Tom Cruise was?
I am not interested in Tom Cruise.
2 inches shorter than Nicole Kidman. They never made a movie together where they had a kid. They couldn't find one small enough. Oh, I love movie gossip.
Who are you? Who's been talking to you? What do you know about me?
I know a lot, yet I know nothing. And to know nothing is to know everything. Oh, God, where does that come from? Why do I say things like that? I get cramps in my head. Do you ever get cramps in your head?
A lunatic. A lunatic has broken into my house. Why do I even bother answering you?
Curiosity? There's something curious about me. You've got to admit that. Huh? Oh, enough chit-chat, enough fiddle-faddle, enough fits around with each other. Let's get out of brass tacks, Joe Benjamin. Let's discuss the reason why, at this midnight visit, this sinister and curious individual stands before you. Why, in this hour, in this night, in this year, in this house, in this rug, in these shoes, do I, Cindy Lipton, stand before you? What business do we, strangers who not 5 minutes ago, have with each other?
No. You're not a salesman, are you? Because if you're with Amway, I will wring your neck with my own hands.
Do I look like a salesman? Do I look like someone who deals in goods and hardware? Why, listen, I am a man of flair, a man of fancy, a bizarre and unique guide to the world beyond worlds. I'm a companion into the wild and soaring flights beyond human comprehension!
Are you a travel agent? Is that what you are, a travel agent?
You have no imagination. I'm trying to jazz this up. I have some common sense of the theater, and you keep pulling my curtain down. What am I going to do without convince you to who I am, Joe? Think, Joe, think.
No, I think you're nuts. That's what I think. And unless you tell me who you are in exactly 10 seconds, I'm going to throw you out of here with my own
Take it
hand.
easy.
No, you got
No
10
rough
seconds.
stuff.
1, 2,
Hey. Don't force my hand. I feel a heavy hand. Stay, you. Yeah, you who would banish he who brings the gift of life and the gift of the eternal joyful soul of the bliss. Oh, God, where do those words come